The humble 22 long rifle round, often overlooked but my go-to round when I want to shoot on the cheap, which gets increasingly important when ammo prices become volatile like they are becoming. Saw that 62 grain 5.56 penetrator rounds, they're 51 cents a round right now. That means over $15 to shoot a 30 round mag. By the way, that's not penetrators, these are 223 55 grain, but you get the point. It gets expensive and that takes some of the fun out of it. That's where I go back to the 22 long rifle because I have a 22 drop-in kit that I use in my ARs when ammo prices are up. But that's with the AR. What if I want to have fun with, say, one of my Glocks? There's been no way for me to shoot 22 out of those until now because Glock has a new gun. The Glock 44 chambered in 22 long rifle. And this isn't just an unboxing of this Glock 44 and 22 long rifle. This is a double reveal because I did an entire night's worth of research. I watched a grand total of 2 videos and rushed out to find a local gun store that had one of these. I found one and I made the purchase without even looking at the gun. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to see it together for the first time. So here's the big reveal. And first impressions, it definitely looks very Glock. It's it's super lightweight. That is amazingly lightweight. Oh, look at those mags. Oh, look, 22 long rifle. Has the thumb load, I don't know what you call those, but thumb load guides. Press the spring down. We'll see how well that works, but wow. This is super, super lightweight. And it also very much Glock 19 Gen 5-ish. This has all the Glock 19 stuff, and that's what I had read and what I'd seen on videos. Now, I have a couple of Glock 19s, but they're both Gen 4. But size-wise, they should be the same. Yeah, look at that. Stack up the same. Now, width-wise, I think these new Gen 5s are just a hair wider here at the grip, and also I think 0.2 of an ounce lighter, something like that. And they have the ambidextrous release that's not present on the 3rd gen or 4th gen Glocks. But wow, I mean, very much kind of, you could develop some muscle memory, especially if you have a Gen 5 Glock, which, you know, may be a point for me to hint to go out and buy one. But yeah, I am impressed with both the feel and the look. Now, there are a couple of other differences, some internal. I won't go into those. The big one is that the upper here, the slide, is polymer on the top, and then you can see they fused a metal rail on it. So let's break this down and take a closer look. And it's going to break down just like a standard Glock. I have the 2 things on both sides you pull down as you pull back, release the slide, and there's our lower. I'm sure some of this is going to be a bit different because it's 22, it's a rimfire, not center fire, but still enough. I'm sure there are videos on that. Here's our slide. You see this polymer up there, and then you can see this entire bottom section here is metal. So that's going to give it its longevity. Let's look at the barrel. So I know this will be tiny. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look how tiny this little barrel is. You can see the crown. Can't really see the rifling, but wow, that is tiny. So all the important stuff is metal, everything else polymer, and that helps it be lightweight. Let's look at the mags here. Again, 22 long rifle. And let's also just go over what comes with this. Obviously, you get the gun with 1 mag. Open this plastic case a little more. And like the Gen 4 and Gen 5 Glocks, you get these back straps so you can have your choice there. Also, a second 10 round 22 long rifle mag. Now, my local gun shop didn't have any of these, so I had to order those off the internet. I have 6 more on the way. And of course, the lock and the Glock case. And you know, these cases stack up. I have a stack of them now, and makes you want even more. And since this is Gen 5, maybe I'll have to get a Gen 5 Glock 19 because, as I said, I only have a couple of these Gen 4s. Can't have that. Price-wise, this set me back $416.05, tax and all. It was $379.99 before tax. Let me get all this back together and we'll weigh this versus the Gen 4 Glock 19 because I'm curious to see just how light this is. That's something that I didn't look up online before I purchased it, and this was kind of a spur of the moment purchase. I kind of read up on it, watched the videos overnight, really didn't sleep much at all, and then went out and bought this. Guess that probably led to the spontaneity, was the lack of sleep, but man, I'm just super impressed by the fit, finish, look, and feel of this. So now let's get the scale out. Not going to be able to see the readings, but I can tell you what they are. Okay, so this is the Glock 44 with the mag empty, 14 3/4 ounces. Very, very light, under a pound. So 14 3/4 ounces. Now a Gen 4 Glock 19 empty, but with the mag, 1 pound 7 3/4 ounces. So considerable weight difference between the two. Very evident just by lifting them, and obviously because there's only 10 22 long rifle rounds in here, it's not going to weigh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, what are the odds of that? That's only going to add 1 ounce to this gun. So what's that, 15 3/4 ounces, I think, something like that. So still under a pound fully loaded. Not bad at all. The one thing that I did notice in the 2 whole videos that I watched before I ran out and purchased this was that it can be a little finicky with certain 22 long rifle rounds. From what I understand, if you have a 40 grain round, like these Federal, I believe these are 40 grain. Yeah, 40 grain. If you have like 40 grain, apparently this works fine. But if you get to something like this, these CCI mini mags, which are 36 grain, I was seeing in both of the videos that I watched that they were having some trouble cycling those. So we'll see about that. I went to the local academy and I purchased, well actually these are leftover out of my range box, but I have some Browning BPR, you know, these are made for the Smith & Wesson MP 1522. So we'll see how those work out of it. That's some Aguila 22 grain, or excuse me, 22 long rifle 40 grain. They're called Super Extra. We'll see how it cycles those. Also picked up some of these CCI Quiet 22 long rifles, also in 40 grain, but only 710 feet per second. So we'll see if it'll cycle those. And I have masses of 22 ammo, but they're all sealed up in ammo cans, all safe and tucked away, and I don't want to break them just to test out a gun because I'll be shooting mostly bulk Federal as long as it works out of my 2 mags. And I did mention I have 6 more on the way, so if they come in time for me to get it out to the range, I can burn through all the ammo that I have. And by the way, I did buy two more blocks, 325 rounds of this Federal, so I'm going to burn all this through it. One go and see how it works out, and I'll log how many misfires or any issues that I have. So for now, this is the Glock 44 and 22 long rifle, a new gun from Glock, Gen 5. Super excited with what I've seen thus far. Can't wait to get this on the range. So stay tuned for that, and as usual, this is the end of the video.